Hi guys, welcome to Reality Things with Leo Dasilva. And today we're going to be talking politics. And I have 5 amazing people here to talk about politics with me. I'll just let them introduce themselves before we get into it right away. So,
Hello guys, how you doing? My name is Mohi. I'm a photographer, videographer, content creator basically.
My name is Abayomi. I'm an entrepreneur.
Hi guys, my name is Ifoma. I'm a presenter, producer, and content creator.
Hi guys, my name is Tiwalade. I'm a law student and a voiceover artist.
My name is Adebola Adeyeye. I'm a content creator, an actor, and a filmmaker.
boss. All right, guys. So, is there anyone here that wants to tell us who their preferred presidential candidate was?
Oh yes. LUP.
Anyone?
PLP.
So,
Yeah, my full chest.
okay.
I'm so
Two
obedient.
people. So basically, Mohi,
I'm
why?
obedient.
And you too.
Please.
Okay, three of you.
You're obedient.
All right.
You're so
You
obedient.
prefer not to say, Lizzie. You prefer not to
Obedience,
say.
Actually.
You're obedient, actually.
Yes. Obedience for presidential.
Okay, for presidential.
Just for that
Presidential.
one, yes.
Okay. So, I'll start with Mohi.
Okay.
So why Obi?
Well, I don't really know much about Obi, to be honest. But the one or two things that I've seen, yeah, I just feel like let's try someone new. Let's see. And he's showing a lot of positive vibes and everything. So why not try him? I don't really know much about politics. I won't lie. I don't put my mind into it because this country has been.
You have your
running.
PVC?
Let's wait on that. This country
like
has
that.
been on a
like
very
that.
long cruise since like beginning of time. So why I don't know, putting in effort sometimes just feel I don't even know.
So basically, your support for Obi is mainly because you want to dismantle status quo.
Yeah.
Fair enough. What about you, Yami? Why
He
is
said
it?
he chose not to say.
Okay, you prefer not to say. Okay. Ifoma,
Okay, so Peter Obi
that's a
is someone-
politician.
Who be that me?
Him.
Okay. Peter Obi is someone that I've been following his work like since he was the governor of Anambra State, and
Are you from Anambra?
no, I'm not. I'm from Imo.
Okay, so close to you.
Yeah, so you could see the work he has done, and by their works you shall know them. And then government, if you actually study politics, you study government, you are meant to understand that these politicians are meant to work for the people
Of course.
and not the other way around.
Yeah.
And then he came with that in this whole presidential election thing. You see the genuine love that people have for him. He's more involved in the grassroots. Like he went to the 36 states to campaign. Like he's involved with the growth of the people. Like who wants to vote in that kind of person? Who wants to vote in someone that you know that this person has me in mind, down to the grassroots people. So I mean, he's literally like the best person to put in there. Yeah.
Tiwa?
First of all, I want to agree with what Mohi said about dismantling status quo.
I said that.
Oh, sorry.
Please
He
don't
said
quote
it,
me.
but you
Please
put it
don't
in
quote
English.
me.
You put it in the English.
What Leo said about dismantling the status quo, I think it's high time it was done. The people that have been there for a long time.
Yeah.
Rest, retire,
Rest.
play with your grandchildren. And just do something else apart
Rest.
from governments that you haven't done. First of all. Secondly, why Obi? Throughout the campaign period, throughout the campaign process, the only thing they could bring out on him was they tried to connect him with IPOB and Biafra. They were saying he's stingy. If those are the only threats they can bring out on a presidential candidate, after searching and searching, this is squeaky clean. And he's a good person, a genuinely good person. He cares about the people he's trying to govern. He wants to come into office to serve, not to lord over
Not to be
them,
served.
but to serve us, do his actual job. And if I'm not voting for that, if I didn't vote for that person, then I think I would
Okay.
local.
Lizzie. you are
Okay, so
smiling.
if you're going to be honest, there is no politician in this Nigeria that has not been there for a while. Just like, I'm just saying from what you said that they've been there.
A while,
you know,
a while is like 24 years.
I get. Well, maybe if we look at the time since Obi has been, maybe in offices
Politics,
too,
yeah.
it might be.
Often.
So I'm always saying that, they do tell us that you are the leader of tomorrow, but the leaders of
I got
yesterday,
old,
they are still
though.
there today.
I never lead.
And they still want to keep leading. So you know what? We've not had Peter Obi as a president before. We've had some people do some things, and especially that we've had this ruling party doing, like, you've been there for a while. Let's try a new blood. Let's see what somebody else can
ideas.
do. And then if we at this point can, come together and say, okay, this is the person we want, put that person there. That person will also understand that I did not get here by my own power.
Yeah, we put you there.
I was put there. So if you fuck up, also,
Take me out.
you also have at the back of your mind that, okay, the people that put me there, they can also do something, and if I'm not doing well, they will take me out. So I honestly want that to change about Nigeria's
Politics.
that you feel like if I want to be there, I can be there. Like, do you understand?
Okay.
And so you get there, you don't regard us. So let's have somebody that we want there, so that when you get there, you can always have it at the back of your mind that I am here because they want me to, and I can also go if I am not doing well for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another
You wanted to
thing
say
is
something, yeah.
accountability. The fact that he regards us, the fact that he was talking to us, taking us through the campaign process. We've had a president that hasn't spoken to us more than let's reach 20 times in 7 years, almost 8 years.
Okay, so I want to ask you as a question. Do you think the education of Nigerians is good enough for us to understand what we deserve from a democracy?
I feel like a whole lot of reading, because I did history, I did government. There's a whole lot in the history of Nigeria that is hidden. There's a whole lot in the history of Nigeria that isn't taught. That even history as a subject was stopped in schools just because they know that this generation, once they grab
And
that
it's
information,
repeating itself.
I know one thing.
Once
They
they
taught us
grab that
something in school
knowledge.
that there was about women's riots.
Yeah.
It is just
It was a
recently
war.
that we just discovered that it was a protest. It was not a riot. These women were protesting something.
Yeah, so there's a whole, like, if you study the after the British handed power back to Nigerians, and you study it and you realize that somehow they still have a hand, there's still something going on behind the scenes. They don't want us to know that. So there's a lot of secret information that isn't passed.
I believe a lot of youth don't know a lot about politics because you don't get close to people that know politics, that know the history of probably the community you are from.
Yes.
You just believe whatever they say on Twitter or social media, you just follow.
Yeah.
Like personally for me, you know where we grew up now.
Yes.
So there are people that you get close to that you want to get some ideas from. Like, okay, what's happening? Do you even know how many wards you have in your area?
No,
Do you know how many polling units you have in your area? That's where they start from. So when they start cheating or whatever, you don't even know.
You don't know.
You understand? You don't even know the person representing you.
You don't.
Do you understand? Even from your councillor to
Because
your supervisor.
even the last
councillor, you don't
election,
even know.
we were talking about it where there were people on Twitter saying that that Gbaja does not deserve to come back as a Surulere
I personally
representative.
voted Gbaja.
No.
No, but they're doing an
Yes, and I was
That's
like, oh, what are you
Actually
saying?
done.
And I started asking them. I said, do you live in Surulere? I said, you cannot tell people in Surulere that
I
this
swear.
man does not
I
deserve to
think
come
the
back.
reason why they will say that is because it's been there for a long time.
He's been there for a long time, but he has
But he's doing the
performed.
work.
If another person
Can
with
someone else
capacity,
so are you saying that he's the only person that can perform?
he's not, I'm not saying he's a
no,
great
no.
person.
So I feel like
He's
that's
the only
what
person right.
that's what a lot of people are after now. That okay, even you people can be doing well, but it doesn't mean that new
Please,
bloods
let me tell you
cannot
what you don't
come
know
in.
about all these things. Federal House of Representatives, they are just there to make policies. Do you know, immediately, Bega became the Speaker of the House. Surulere felt the impact.
I
You know,
guess.
there's a little, even though for him to be there for 30 years, there's a little to what he can do. He's just a floor member in the House. Do you understand? Go and look at, what was it called, this House of Assembly. This guy from Alimosho, what's his name? Obasa.
Yes.
He's the Speaker. go to Alimosho, look at the construction going on there, look at the development there. Because he's the speaker.
Yes.
He has power, he has things to do. Likewise,
Yeah.
Baja. When Baja was just a floor member, he just do little things he can do
Little
with the
projects.
little projects. You understand? Probably 16 million, he have access to every quarter or whatever. But immediately became the speaker. Look at Sulere.
See, I understand the
understands.
fact that these people are doing well. Do you
She's
get?
trying to say like
What I'm saying is, I feel like the pain most of us have now is the fact that must you people be there for long? Like you want to rule us till eternity.
Do you die?
So Yoruba man song kankan, okay, we are not all Yoruba like ogun tí ẹ bá fi lọ́mọ lọ́wọ́ ilẹ̀ ló máa gbé. That means if you have something and you are not showing your children, that thing, the legacy will spoil. Yes. So if you are still there and you are still there, tí gbogbo yín tẹ́ bá lọ tán, how do we now undo Nigeria? Is it like there are not new bloods that can actually do better or that can actually do as much as you are doing too? So you don't always have to this year Elini, next 4 years it is you, next and you are there for 30 years.
Okay. Sorry. No, feel free.
Lizzie, where you live, would you like to take up a political office?
Okay, I would not like to for now. No, the reason why I would say that is because I don't think politics should be a side hustle. I think it is a full-time business. So it is not like the way most of our actors now are now doing because LP, you are now taking... Politics should not be a side hustle. It should be something you are committed to. So if I am not ready to be committed to being a politician, then let me face something else that I want to be committed to. So that's why, for now, except that I'm ready to say, okay, you know what, whatsoever or whatever it is my career, I am leaving it behind to be a politician.
I understand. Do you know that why these people stay longer in office is because a lot of the youth don't think there is a career for them in politics.
Exactly.
They don't feel they have capacity to take over from them.
Exactly.
If you want to become elected in any office, you need to start like
from the bottom.
For next election.
Yes, you have to start from the bottom. Yes.
Start
Now. Not like 6 months killing. Some people are even 1 week. 1 week to election.
But who has created the perception that youths don't have a place in politics? It's not who has created the perception that youths don't have a place in politics?
Nobody. It is youth. Yes, we ourselves because we don't want to be involved.
See, people are very, very, like people from my constituency know that I want to be in politics eventually. I'm always, when it comes to me entering politics or entering anything, you've known me since I was 6, 7. You know that I have to be ready. I don't think I can do better than what Badia is currently doing right now.
Okay.
But I can tell you that maybe next election, I will be able to present a manifesto of ways that even if I'm a floor member in the House, I can do a lot more than what the person that is there is doing. You should not base your entire perception on politics on this person is old. That's why we must take over. That's not the right thing. And the reason why I mentioned education is because we are taught to be sheep. I'm sorry, anybody that takes offense to that, I'm very sorry for that, but it is the fact. When we start nursery school, they teach us all these nursery rhymes. A lot of the nursery rhymes, those kids don't know what they are saying. 100%. You say Jangulova, Ekomo, you don't know what the hell you're saying. You're just saying it. Then you go to primary school. They'll tell you 2 times 1, 2, 2 times 2, 3, 2 times 4, 2 times 5. Why is 2 times 5 10? You don't know that unless you want to know it.
Yes.
Because that's the way they teach us. They teach us to be sheep. This teacher just tells you 2 times 5 is 10, and you know. But it's different in other countries. They teach them why these things are like that, and that's why they ask questions. That's why you see this political party and this political party, they have equal amount of members. They struggle for the seats. But in our country, it is just about how you just tell them this religion, this tribe, and that is what drives the participation into a particular place. You know, then we go to universities, which is even the worst. They teach you a lot of things that you don't even practicalize. So you're just cramming to pass. So you start thinking to yourself that, oh, that guy will get first class from my uni. How come the guy and only lecturing if he do? It's because every single thing that they taught him is exactly what someone taught him that he's pouring
That
back out
he's pouring, yeah.
to the next person. They're not telling you why. Let me give you an example. I did physics in Nigeria before I went to England. And let me even just ask you guys a question. What is gravity? Just whatever you can think of in your mind. You know, what is gravity? Same thing, gravity is a force. That is what they taught every single one of us in Nigeria. The first physics and astronomy class I entered in England, I remember that man, Dr. John Waddington, and I told this man, and people were saying, oh, the man asked, what is gravity? Everyone raised up their hand. Oh, gravity is a force. The guy said, shut up, bullocks, sit down. Gravity is a force that, shut up, bullocks, sit down. And this man, everyone started looking at this man that, what do you mean that gravity is not a force? Because that's what they've taught us. Yeah. We have crammed it that gravity is a force, but it's not a force. If you even do the math, the guy did the clear math. He said force is equals to mass times gravity. Force is equals to mass times acceleration. Mass times gravity is equals to mass times acceleration. That means gravity is equal to acceleration. Gravity is not a force, it's an acceleration. Simple.
Funny enough, if you think about it,
simple. The guy practicalized it in front of us, and that is the problem that we have. Bro. So imagine you're talking to a university student that all he does is pass exams by cramming and pouring him back. How do you want to comprehend anything a blog says? A blog will just tell you that this is what you should think, and immediately you start commenting. Oh yes, exactly. Oh yes, and you are arguing with people that are trying to be logical. That how can this blog have these facts? So they teach us to be sheep. It starts from our educational system, and that's why unless
it doesn't stop there. Even at home.
Yes.
You can't question your parents or anybody that
you're older than you.
Can I just say something? There's something. I don't like calling my pussy. I don't know why. I love him more. I love him more. He's just too hard-headed. I don't know why. There was something he told me one time. He was wrong, plain, like completely wrong. But he told me, my eyes. He looked at me. I was like, even if I'm right or wrong, still do what I say you should do.
Can you imagine?
It's true.
Even if I'm right, like then that means I have no say now. Then it's pointless.
They didn't raise us to have say.
It's like,
I think that's the reason why maybe some of us didn't really think we can take part in politics until now. Because it is always Joko Sibeye, we Joko Sibeye.
Yes.
I'm an adult, I know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So until now, we do not really have the balls to feel like, it's my country now.
Ask the question, why?
Like, why
is this happening?
Another issue I've realized is a lot of youths are greedy.
Yes.
They are particular about what they can get from one politician.
Yeah.
So once they get a lot of, this past election, a lot of people cashed out.
Yes.
Massive cash out.
Yes.
And they'll go online, this one, I'm with this, I'm with that, but they are cashing out.
Of course.
For some people, they understand. So the thing is, once we can remove greed and selfish interest and start asking the right questions, okay, sir, what can we do? What did you do?
Can I also
start from the grassroots?
Yeah.
Okay, just like what he said when you started talking, I feel like grassroots knowledge is actually very important because you know the thing is, I know when my church here and we're praying and our pastor said we are so focused on presidential, gubernatorial, we're not focused on the grassroots government, which is actually the most important.
Where it starts.
Because the president will be useless if the grassroots isn't doing. Okay, the president of Nigeria and Abuja, Aso Rock is amazing, and somewhere in Surulere is shitty, and it start building up from that place in Surulere, maybe tout and everything. It breaks out into a particular local government, breaks out into the whole Lagos, so it starts from somewhere. So I feel like that grassroots education, trying to tell people that the importance you place on presidential election, the importance you place on gubernatorial, is also important to place that importance on House of Assembly, House of Senate, House of Reps. The people you put there are as important as the person you put as president. The people you put there as important as the person you put as governor. So you have to, the local government chairman,
it's more important.
Anybody. It's very important.
The local government.
Like it's very important because you go to a particular, like my streets, you stay there 4 years, they don't build roads.
See, they
started
4
years.
No, it's actually more than that. They started,
2020,
like let's say this is the road. Let's say this is the road. They built from that place
Oh my God.
to the box and they stopped.
And it stopped.
That's not the president.
Of course.
The president must have disbursed funds for that.
Funds.
The governor must have, the house of, they must have, but the local government chairman, why?
Local government
We are
have a
not
bit of
taught that
autonomy.
these people are as important in
Yeah.
politics as the government, as the senators. Well, so I feel like, okay, so I went to the market one day, I was talking to a lady, I asked her, Madam, are you going to vote? And I feel like the people we educate, we don't educate everybody. We neglect the market women. We neglect the people selling. And I asked her, she said, vote, ke. God forbid, though. There's no need. I'm like, why? And she's like, it cannot change. People already have this mindset that Nigeria can change. It ends there. And you see people not budging to go and vote. So if this whole NSAS thing didn't happen, the whole revolution didn't happen, trust me, the interest in politics now will still be the
And I
same
want to
as
say
before.
something.
And then, sorry, I'm so sorry. And people always have this mindset that, no, but yes, I also somehow I'm like, presidency doesn't determine if I'll be fine or not. But there are other people
Of course,
that are dependent on. I said, as I said, for me, not for everybody. Because the truth is, if Peter Obi was president, and I'm not hustling to make money, with the money land on my feet. So that's the thing, like, people also have this mindset that, well, anybody that is president, I shall be fine.
Yeah.
So that mindset too should also be corrected, because there are also people that the presidency, anybody that is governor, determines how their life. Okay, see ASU strike.
We'll come back to that. Liz, you wanted
So I
to
wanted
say
to say
something?
something, like, just like he said, grassroots thing, because sometimes I wonder, for a youth that has never attended a board meeting, you don't even know the numbers of wards that is,
In your local government.
and then opportunity came. The first thing to Coco Fellowship is House of Rep. How do you even want to represent these people very well?
That you don't
People
know.
you don't know.
No.
So we really need to start from the bottom.
Yeah.
And take this politics as if it is because it is actually our life.
Your business.
Because all those people that will get there and they did not do well, maybe it is not even because they don't want to. Maybe they do not just don't know their way around it. Because the people that you don't know, how are you going to serve them? You know, let's just be involved, attend meetings, know some things, because tomorrow it might be like where all of us will have to go out there and cancel or do. To be honest, because if you say that we want to take Nigeria, we cannot just take it from the top like that. It has to start from somewhere. Know the people that you want to serve. Know about your area. Know everything.
And not just. Let me give not just base it on just assumptions. So let me give like a practical example for people that don't understand what Liz is saying. I run an NGO, and maybe for example I want to have a project in a particular area. There's this assumption that people that run NGOs, if you've not done your grassroots work, they assume everybody wants to eat.
Yeah.
But that's not it. You will give these people food and they will trash it because that is not what they want. So you have to go to the grassroots to actually find out what is you people's problem, because you cannot be solving a problem you think I have. So you have to go
ask. You need to know the problem.
So then when we go for our research, when we go to do the grassroots, we find out, oh, okay, these people actually want water. And you're bringing food to people that don't have water. So how are you solving their problem?
Fair. So, see, 100%. If we cannot even have basic education that is going to teach us and prepare us for this democracy that we are trying to have, I feel like there is not a lot of information. And now people have a problem with research.
Nigerians have a problem.
Nigerians have a problem with research.
We don't like to read.
I remember the time when
Comprehension.
yes, comprehension is a very huge, is a very, very huge problem. You know, you remember that time they were dragging me online because of I went to go and speak, and there was a journalist. The person that you would think would do his research and have findings and find out that did this guy collect money? You had no single findings. Nothing in your mind told you that this guy's father's government handed over to this man's father's government. So they should have a relationship. So if he tells him to go and speak here, he cannot say no. All he can only say is his truth. You know, there was no single comprehension. People say I was the one that organized it. Come on. People say I'm the one that did this, I'm the one that did that. And that is the problem, because one blog that knows nothing about anything just wanted to twist the story and you all start attacking somebody. So already I know, especially when you understand that these people are already educated like sheep, what do you now want to say
That will convince
that would
them.
convince them, that would make any sense to them?
That was like the more difficult thing.
That's the most difficult thing. That's why sometimes when you are involved in certain controversies, it's very good to be quiet, because no matter what you say, people just want to attack it. So that's why I ignored it, because like, you don't even know me. You have no idea who I am or anything that I do. And what I've never in my life, ever, I've been involved in politics, me and him, we've been involved in politics since we were 15.
It sounds like a politician.
In Surulere.
Yes.
We have been involved. We started the Noble Youth when we were in secondary school. And most of us, out of all of us, maybe it's only like 3 of us, me, you, and Wele, that went to uni now.
Yeah.
The remaining dropped out GS3, SS1.
Some finished secondary
Some finished secondary school. But we are all friends. We all started those grassroots movements. So if I say to myself that I want to enter politics, those are the people I'll go and meet. But a lot of people enter politics and they don't even have any sort of base.
Yeah.
Okay, good enough, you don't have any sort of base. You are not now ready to build that base.
That's the problem.
So it's a major problem. You know, you just be on Twitter, you'll be like, oh, Akin Alabi is not going to
Twitter
win his,
politician.
he's not going to win his constituency. I can promise you.
Twitter
Are you his constituent?
Abi.
Are you the one that will vote for him?
Do you know
Someone that is going from House of Reps, going to see his people every month, and he's talking to them. They love him. They are close to him. The people that are going to vote him are close to him. You want to convince them from Twitter not to vote him.
And we are going to be honest, no matter how we tag these old people as evil, we need to accept that we are more of Nigerians' problem than the old people.
Of course.
Because these old people take politics as if it is their life. They are the ones that do every political works. They attend the meetings. They do everything. Kila Mamanche, we are on phone.
On phone.
Twitter politics, politician, everything.
Sorry, another thing that we fail to realize is when it comes to governance, there is direct benefits and there is indirect
Direct
benefits.
benefits.
So a lot of people tend to focus more on the direct
Direct
benefits.
benefits.
What will this thing? What will it generate? And they are, instead of focusing on indirect,
Indirect
like
for
the
people.
politician do in street lights,
Yeah, the road, yeah, water.
invest more in the health care and all that. You know, give scholarships, give them buy form, jump form and all that. But a lot of people, a lot of youth, Alpha, 500K, 1 million naira, they are good. They don't care about whatever
goes on.
development happens to their community. You know, that's where we are having issues. You understand? So basically, we just need to focus more on the indirect
Sorry.
benefits.
Can I say something lastly?
Yeah.
And that's linked to what Leo said.
Okay.
So the whole education part. There's a course in university called political science. Can schools, like, can they actually try? Because it's a course for a reason.
For everybody.
Because my master's, I did a course on like politics and all that, and I go to class. They don't teach us nothing about. They are more. I feel like Nigerians teach Nigerians what they don't need to know about the world and leave Nigeria out of it.
Yes, they teach you about the other words.
They teach us about it.
And
Teach
you
me
don't
about APC. When APC started, who PDP? Teach me those things so that if I actually eventually have an interest in politics, there is already a knowledge. Like it just, I'm not as opportune as Abayomi to know people in the grassroots.
Yes.
So let me even have a space where I can go and learn about this thing. School. That I feel like that's what people say school is scam. Because when you go,
Yes.
no, school is
But
not
we're not even
scam.
ready to
But we're
learn
not
on our
learning.
own.
That's the
It's,
thing.
see, let me tell
Leo,
you.
wait, before you say
Yeah.
something, do you know that when we're in school, they will tell you once you are going to SS1, I don't know, maybe now it has changed.
Yeah.
There is government.
There's arts,
Yes.
there's science, there is
History.
commercial.
I think we need to visit all those subjects.
Honestly.
Probably, I don't think some students.
It's not compulsory,
It's
yes.
not compulsory.
Yes.
It's elective. You have to do either this
This
or
or
that.
that.
So we need to have one subject
That will be compulsory for
everybody
every
will do.
class.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
understand? I see people studying political studies as shit.
They don't
Like,
teach
they're
them
not
They
anything.
try
You
to
see their-
try
you see
to
their
tag into
syllabus
civic
of their-
education.
No, they
but
don't. They
it's
don't
also
do.
rubbish.
They
There's
don't
nothing
do
inside.
anything.
You
They
understand?
don't.
See, I totally agree with that. You know, one of the most important things for us is education. We need to first revisit that education.
And the education
If-
starts from the grassroots.
Yes, from the
sef.
grassroots. So even if you're not opportune to have the best education in the world, you should still be ready to learn by yourself. I know the amount of programming languages I've learned from YouTube on my own, you know. So the willingness to learn is one thing that our generation needs to get. Then as well, participation. You don't just need to learn and be typing on Twitter. You have to participate. You said word meeting, and God bless you for that, because that is where it starts. That is where participation starts. If you don't know anything about your word meetings, trust me, whatever you are tweeting, whether you get 200 million retweets from now till tomorrow, you are not yet scratching the surface. There are a lot of people that get 2 million retweets and they were not even able to win primaries.
Yes.
My dad still
Yeah,
attend
a lot-
ward
yeah, a lot
meeting.
like that.
There are a lot of them. And they were not
Till
able
now, and me, I don't
to when we wanted to go for the political office, what did we do? We went straight to the grassroots. And what did they tell us?
Do you attend word meeting?
Not even about ward meeting. They told us straight that, see, we know you, you're a community boy, but this is what has been decided.
Already.
That's the thing. Power everywhere.
This is what has been. No, if
No,
you
it's
came,
not
if
about
you
power.
came
It's not about power.
earlier,
We are
you
part
need
of
to
them.
understand
Yeah.
the
It's not
what
power.
we've not
People
been
they
attending the
know.
ward
Do
meeting,
they
so we
know
don't
you
know the
with their
decision.
words? Do you get?
But even if you guys do all of that, do you feel they will
No,
allow
of
you?
course.
If you do all of that, of course.
Imagine you've been attending word meetings.
Of course.
They know you.
And they know you.
Yes,
They know
ma'am.
how active that you've been. Of course.
It's just a matter of participation.
Then if they will allow, then why are they making everything so difficult?
It is free for
can
all.
join.
See,
It's
let
not
me tell you something. Let me tell you something about power here in this country. It is the grassroots that give power.
How
So
exactly?
it's just like you
Exactly.
hear an instance where this godfather did not support this governor's second term.
Yes.
This godfather did not support his second term, but the grassroots people went to go and meet in Ababa.
Exactly.
This guy must go for second term, and that's what happens.
I'm from Osun State, and my dad was once the local government vice chairman local government. It did not really. It was not really the one that put in for that. They chose him because my dad was always attending.
Wait, sorry.
ward
When you
meetings.
say they who?
The grass.
The community people
Community.
that we
Okay.
know this man. This like my dad is one person that even on our street alone there is something, you know, is there is this is there. So they know him already. So people know the people that work for them.
Yes.
So when the thing came, they were like, okay, this person, honorable, blah, 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 we know him. This is what. And at a point, people are like, can you call? Maybe they had another choice. No, this is our own choice. We know this person. It will work for us. So I feel like if we also do stuff like that, people always know who is active, who is going to work for us, who is going to be there and will not suffer. Do you get? So if we are part of it, it's not possible for them to say, Moena. They know you, and that's it.
Just try my best to know a
Yes.
little
See,
about
thank you
politics.
guys so much.
A little.
Because if we continue this conversation, we are not going to stop.
Yes,
But yeah, I like the fact that we've been able to address some of the major things, which is education, participation. You know, I like how we've been able to cover it in whatever light. And this is just very, very minute. We're still going to come back to this topic and discuss it in depth. But who do you want as your governor?
Oh my God! Oh, this
Jando.
new guy. What's his name? This new guy that
GRV.
is-
JRV?
Badebo.
is it-
Badebo.
And you don't even know his name. A lot of
Wait,
people.
no. I told you from the set that I don't really know much about politics, and I don't even want to. Since the day they told me, since the day they said
then you-
snake swallowed money, I gave up on this country.
Then that means
Why will you look at me and told me that snake
then
swallowed
that means
money?
you're not in a position to make an informed decision.
That's why I'm barely saying anything here. I'm just asking questions. I know my role. I
So who
swear.
do you want as your governor?
Oh, wait. Let me answer. Obi, obviously.
No.
Sorry.
This guy.
Sorry, I'm not there. But the new guy. That new
The
guy.
new guy. Because
No, hey, I saw his
Manifesto.
Yes, thank you.
Is it his
And I
manifesto
hope-
or his credentials?
His manifesto. I
Okay.
hope. I
Okay.
pray.
Don't want to talk about it.
Okay, so
I pray that he does everything he's
Jeremy,
saying.
what about you two?
Jando.
Jando?
Yeah.
Okay. Even though they say he failed by heck. Alright, no problem. Thank you
You
guys.
see what I'm telling you? Oh God, this country.
Thank you guys so much for coming, and thank you guys so much for being here. So guys, it's been Reality Things with Leo Dasilva. Keep subscribing and stay tuned. You should not need a visa to spend your hard-earned money. All you need is payday. Let me explain. Fund your lifestyle with payday.